Adrian Griffin, he is not locked in
Yeah.
anymore. He's no longer the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. They
Ooh,
fired him on
right.
what, Tuesday?
Yeah, yesterday,
And
right?
they fired him even though the Bucks are the second seed in the East and have a 30-13 record. What? That's all I have. What? Why?
How do you feel about it? That's how you feel?
What?
You feel like that's the right decision?
Like, um, there's like I've been reading up a little bit, not much, because I don't really care about the Bucks for real. They're finna like I know they're going to the playoff. They got one of the best players in the NBA, so I'm not too worried about them. But there's reports that like the players just was not they weren't locked in with him. There was reports that they didn't really just get along with him, like his whole get down and sort of it was sort of not writing on the wall, but it was a weird thing when early in the season, or maybe it was even before the season started. He fired, or not he fired, but Terry Stotts, who was an assistant coach for the Bucks, he was one of Dame's favorite coaches as well. He mutually decided to part. They mutually parted ways after he got into an argument with Griffin during practice, and like if it couldn't have been one argument to make him quit, because
Yeah.
that's we're adults. Arguments happen, but this like the fact that he was like, you know what, I'm not even gonna do this, even though this team has championship potential, and he knows Dame Lillard, he has a good relationship with him and everything. He was like, you know what, let me just leave. Like that just shows you that whatever was going on, that Griffin he wasn't, you know, able to mess with stocks like that, and he wasn't able to mess with the team, and it's evidenced by their troubles on defense. They've been winning in spite of it, but still crazy. And I mean, I guess they. I don't know if I don't think I would have fired him though, because I would have just. It's too early, bro. Like I would have let the season play out a little bit more.
The first thing I thought about was like, damn, like these niggas did what probably the Boston Celtics fans wanted to do last year with Joe Mazzulla.
Yeah.
But you know what they not talking about? Joe Mazzulla being on the hot seat this year. Haven't heard much about that kind of talk this year. Maybe because they're doing really good. And it's just another year of this nigga being a head coach. I don't know. Maybe just repetition matters. I wasn't necessarily upset reading some of this stuff. I ain't gonna lie, and I wish I had some of this stuff brought up so that niggas don't think I'm talking out my ass. But it's not necessarily the defense. Like it is defense,
Mhm.
but it's the teams that they are losing to with this said defense as well. Like I know that there was a lot of I know that not a turning point because shit was already bad. But one thing that did not help was January. They talked about January 6th losing to the Rockets. And
January
they
6th was not a good day for a lot of reasons.
hey, look, hey man,
It was a good day to some people, to some
now
who celebrate.
niggas celebrate that.
It's a holiday for them people, but
For real?
continue. My fault.
Yeah, so and me watching that game because I watched 482 of them niggas. You feel me? Houston Rockets. Um, I will admit they missed the fuck out of Drew Holiday. Like I ain't gonna lie to you, they missed the fuck out of Drew Holiday. Now it's not that I don't have a problem with them firing their head coach as much as I am having a problem with who they decided to hire to replace this nigga. And I feel like this was a business decision because at the end of the day, Giannis only picked Adrian Griffin because he made it very known that he did not want Nick Nurse as his head coach. He wanted Nick Nurse to not be his head coach so much that he said, "Hey, I want Adrian Griffin." And they respected that nigga's wishes. Now, I don't know where the beef started. I don't know if the nigga decided, "Hey, yo, I want to get rid of the Nassus."
That's
I,
probably
I don't know what happened. But that relationship soured very quickly. But to kind of wrap everything up on my end, the reason why it's a head scratcher is because they're so talented. They can get away with having the number 2 seed. They remind me of Cam Reddish. The Bucks,
right.
the Bucks remind me of Cam Reddish, specifically in high school, surviving off of pure talent. And then when you get to D1 basketball, you look a little different. But you still kind of have like, like you're young and
you
it
got
was
the
just like
flashes and
you got
everything.
flashes and stuff, and then you get to the NBA. And now it's just like, damn, why is this nigga bouncing from team to team? And you got random niggas every time he switches a team. They always want to go back to that Anthony Edwards clip of that nigga talking about how good Cam Reddish was.
That Anthony Edwards clip is saving his career, bro.
Saved
Like,
his career right before our very eyes. That's how I view the Milwaukee Bucks. Yes, the regular season, yeah, you can get away with playing the Pistons with this kind of defense. They ain't got no dreams and aspirations this year. But when it's time for the playoffs, they understand this shit is not going to be acceptable. This is worse than David Black because at least David Black got a chance to coach more than 1 year. You know what I mean?
he coached more than 1 year.
Because he was there a year before LeBron was there,
Oh, okay.
and then once LeBron had the full season, then LeBron was like, yo, get this nigga out of here, bro. Get the nigga, go find my nigga Ty Lue. You know what I mean? So at least that was there. At least you completed a full season. Getting fired mid-season as a young coach, that's kind of crazy because who gonna give you an opportunity again? It's cooked. I feel bad for him, but to feel like Doc Rivers is your answer is kind of head scratching. But I know what this is. This is like hey, if he doesn't win a championship this year, he gonna get back. I don't think Doc Rivers is gonna be there more than this season.
Nah.
He's a bridge coach. He's a bridge coach because it wouldn't make sense to get another young coach or another coach that ain't got no real credentials right now. What you gonna do? Go get Coach Bud again? What you gonna do? Like what are your options for real?
But I don't even think you mentioned who they did hire as head coach. But they did, in fact, hire Doc Rivers as the head coach, which I have feelings about this.
Go ahead.
I need an ISO.
That is not the ISO, nigga.
It's not the ISO. I'm not ISO.
Nah, I got you. The fuck?
Wait, I see it.
There you
ISO.
go.
Doc Rivers, you are a snake, bro. You are a hoe. Why did you do that to that man, bro? You probably don't know. But I'm going to read this verbatim from an ESPN story. League sources say Doc Rivers, who signed as an ESPN analyst after getting fired by Philly in May, served as an informal consultant to Adrian Griffin at the behest of the Bucks. Doc Rivers. How could you do that to somebody you're supposed to mentor? Like a young coach who's trying to be like you, who's trying to, win the championship like you did back in 2009 or whatever. Why did you slime him like that? Why did you snake him like that? Like what did he do to you? You were his confidant. You were giving him advice.
Type shit.
And you must have been giving him the wrong advice if he got fired. Like, am I crazy? Like I'm not crazy for thinking that, right? Like, nah, he got fired, and then you're like, you know what? I don't really even like this ESPN stuff for real. Let me get back to coaching. Like, bro, what the hell? Like, am I crazy for thinking like that's messed up? Like, why would you do something like that, bro?
So you feel like he gave him the wrong information?
I don't even say wrong information for real, because like, I don't want to put it on that man for real like that, but like, dog, like you were mentoring him, and you failed him as a mentor, which led to him getting fired, and then you're just gonna take his job. Like, that's some hoe shit, bro. Like, what?
Now,
I'm speechless, bro. Like,
now, Jax, one could argue that maybe he was being authentic, and these are just the results of what Doc Rivers actually does, and the proof is in the pudding. Because is this nigga Doc Rivers better? If you take away the 2008 season, what has this nigga done?
all he do is yell like this. That's his only really accomplished. Like, that's all he do. Like, just talk with an ashy voice and get his son to the NBA. That's really it.
Disrespects Tim Duncan's mom. You know what I mean? Like, just blow 3-1 leads. You know what I mean? Just, I'm not understanding. So, like, you can
waste generational players.
Yes, generational rosters, generational teams. The amount of first team all NBA players that have not won under him. I saw a graphic there, and I wish I had it pulled up. The first one, that was only one that didn't make the playoffs under his tenure, and that was T-Mac. That shit hurt my heart. I'm like, damn. This is how we start. Nigga couldn't even get in the playoffs. And then it was a plethora of like Blake Griffin, like James Harden, all them niggas that just could not get to the conference finals. And then niggas that just couldn't get to the championship was like Chris Paul and some other niggas. It's just like, bro, like
Doc Rivers has coached some he's had like amazing rosters, amazing luck in terms of players he's coached, bro.
They could keep a job too.
And he only got one championship to show for it.
They hold on to the A. The whole 2008 Boston Celtics team, they hold on to that one ring, boy. They clutch them bitches like pearls, nigga. When they talk about that,
I would too. I'm not going. I would too. I'll be acting just like them. I'm not even gonna lie.
You be acting just like them.
Let me get one ring. Let me get one championship. I'm acting I'm acting exactly like Paul Pierce. Everything Paul Pierce has done, and he's exactly like that. Even getting fired out ESPN because same exact thing, bro. Stabbed 11 times, same exact thing.
Family Man Jax is gonna do that,
bro. I got a championship ring, bro. I'm just saying, bro.
Look, I ain't gonna lie to you. Let that shit happen to me. I'm Shadur Shandler and these niggas. Yeah, I'm giving them niggas the wrist. This watch finna go crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, but like I said, the only way this makes sense is if Doc Rivers is a short-term head coach, as in he not gonna win this year. So we're gonna give him the boot. He's just a guiding point, a bridge.
He's a stopgap measure. We just here because we need a coach. Like we physically have to have a coach.
A gap year, one might say. You know what I mean? But this don't make no fucking sense to me. I mean, the fire makes sense. Because I think I just showed you what them niggas look like in pregame today.
Oh yeah, there was
them niggas dancing, cha-cha sliding and shit.
Time of day, I know, like as a former coach, senior players, I'd be so sick. I'm like, was I that bad? Y'all couldn't dance? I'm not like, really? Like the day after y'all are celebrating like this? I'd be sick.
And first of all, Giannis is a nasty nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you. Giannis is a nasty nigga. You only propping up a black man to be a head coach because you don't want Nick Nurse. You could have left that nigga alone. You could have left Adrian. You could have left that nigga alone, Adrian Griffin alone. You know, there was other coaching candidates.
Nick Nurse is not a bad coach. Like, first of all,
I just need to know what the fuck going on with Nick Nurse for you to just. You wanted to go this route.
Nick Nurse be playing his players way too long though, so I could see why he didn't want to do that. Or maybe Nick Nurse was just like, the Nats is not going to be on the team no matter what.
I don't know. He seems a little bit more progressive. I don't know. But, I mean, look, they didn't. I don't give a fuck what you saying. They didn't work Kawhi up there. Kawhi was not getting overworked there. So I feel like he could have got away with, not doing all that bullshit. But I don't know. Hey, just like niggas talk about LeGM, they got to start making a name for Giannis.
His name's sort of hard to do that, but we'll figure it out.
We're going to figure it out because, hey, this nigga doing some GMing. This was a Giannis decision. This was not a Milwaukee Bucks decision because who the fuck puts their first year head coach and fires them mid-season without there being there's Detroit niggas right now that's trying to figure out why can't they do that for their squad right now. Like niggas like, yo, why can't they do this?
But honestly though, like Monty Williams, I feel like he's a better coach for like a more established team. Imagine if they was just switch. Like Adrian Griffin was on the Pistons,
Oh,
Monty Williams on the Bucks.
that would be perfect. That would be perfect because now you have a longer leash for Adrian Griffin. You can really see what he's made of. But hey, some of these young head coaches are hit or miss. Like I didn't realize how good Ty Lue was going to be when he first started with LeBron. But once he went to the Clippers, I'm like, damn, this nigga really he can coach.
He like that.
He's an iconic meme, but nigga can coach.
Yeah.
Took the braids off, got the clipboard. Fuck with it.